Freddy the Frog was very hungry. His stomach growled loudly, echoing across the pond. He hadn't eaten anything since the morning, and now the sun was high in the sky. Freddy knew he needed to find something to eat soon. He sat on a big green lily pad. He waited patiently, his eyes scanning the water and the surrounding plants. Freddy was a clever frog. He knew that patience often led to the best meals. He watched the ripples in the water and listened to the sounds of the pond. Suddenly, a little green caterpillar crawled by. It moved slowly, inching its way along a leaf. Freddy's eyes widened with excitement. This was exactly what he had been waiting for. The caterpillar was plump and looked delicious. Freddy's long tongue shot out. It moved with lightning speed, aiming straight for the caterpillar. The caterpillar didn't even have time to react. Freddy's tongue was sticky and perfect for catching his prey. He gobbled up the caterpillar in one gulp. The taste was just as he had imagined, juicy and satisfying. Freddy felt a wave of relief wash over him as his hunger began to fade. He had caught his lunch, and it was delicious. That was a tasty lunch for Freddy. He felt full and content, ready to relax for the rest of the day. Freddy stretched out on his lily pad, basking in the warm sunlight. He was happy and satisfied. But where did the caterpillar get its lunch, Freddy wondered. The caterpillar had to eat something to grow big and strong. It must have found something tasty too. It ate a juicy green leaf. The leaf was full of nutrients that helped the caterpillar grow. The caterpillar munched happily, enjoying its meal just as much as Freddy enjoyed his. And where did the leaf get its food? Freddy thought about it. Leaves don't eat like animals do. They have a special way of making their own food. From the sun, of course. The sun provides energy to the leaves. This energy helps the leaves create food through a process called photosynthesis. The sun helps plants make their own food. Without the sun, plants wouldn't be able to grow. They use sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into food and oxygen. This whole story, from the leaf to the caterpillar to the frog, is called a food chain. Each part of the chain is important, and they all depend on each other. Freddy the Frog, the caterpillar, the leaf, and the sun are all connected in this wonderful cycle of life. A food chain is like a chain of events. It shows how energy moves from one living thing to another. It starts with the sun. It goes all the way to the animals at the top. Every plant and animal is a link in the chain. Each link is important. If one link breaks, the whole chain is affected. There are different characters in a food chain. Let's meet them. Each one plays a unique and important role in maintaining the balance of our ecosystem. Plants are like the chefs of the food chain. They make their own food using sunlight, air, and water. This process is called photosynthesis, and it's how they convert light energy into chemical energy. We call them producers. They are the first link in the chain. Without producers, there would be no food for other living beings. Animals can't make their own food. They have to eat other living things. We call them consumers. Consumers depend on producers and other consumers for their energy and nutrients. There are different types of consumers: primary, secondary, and tertiary. These animals eat only plants. They are known as herbivores, like our friend the caterpillar, who loves to munch on leaves. They are primary consumers. Primary consumers are the first level of consumers in the food chain. These animals eat other animals. They are called carnivores. Freddy the Frog, who ate the caterpillar, is a carnivore. Carnivores can be secondary or tertiary consumers, depending on their place in the food chain. He is a secondary consumer. Secondary consumers eat primary consumers. These animals like to eat both plants and animals. They're called omnivores. A bear is a good example of an omnivore. Omnivores have a varied diet that includes both plant and animal matter. It eats berries and fish. This diverse diet helps them survive in different environments. These are like the cleanup crew of the food chain. They are called decomposers. They break down dead plants and animals. This process is essential for recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. They turn them into nutrients that go back into the soil. These nutrients are then used by plants to grow, completing the cycle. Mushrooms and earthworms are examples of decomposers. They play a crucial role in maintaining the health of our ecosystems by breaking down organic matter. Section 4: Humans and the food chain. So, where do humans fit into all of this? Well, we are at the top of many food chains. We eat both plants and animals, which means we are omnivores. This gives us a big responsibility to keep the food chain balanced. We need to make sure there is enough food for everyone. Section 5: Food webs, a big interconnected world. In reality, it's not just one simple chain. The natural world is far more complex and fascinating. It's more like a big web. Imagine a spider's web, but with plants, animals, and even microorganisms all playing a part. Many food chains are connected, and they make up a food web. This web ensures the balance of our ecosystems. For example, a frog might eat a caterpillar or a grasshopper, depending on what's available. And a hawk might eat a frog or a snake. It's all connected. Each choice impacts the entire web. Food webs show us how everything in nature is interconnected. They highlight the delicate balance that sustains life. It's important to protect our environment. By doing so, we ensure that every link in the web remains strong and healthy. And keep all the links in the web strong. A healthy ecosystem means a healthy planet for all of us.